Welcome to Sugar River Family Practice. I'm your host, Elizabeth DeRazio, and I have a special guest today. I have the founder of the Claremont Soup Kitchen, Janet Bunnell. She's currently the executive director, and with spring, there's a whole new set of challenges to soup kitchens in the area. See, the thing is, every year around the holidays, we remember to give to the needy, we remember to give to the hungry, but then spring comes around and really our local pantries and soup kitchens suddenly have a deeper need. In today's segment, we're going to talk about how Janet founded the soup kitchen. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you
welcome.
for providing this service to the community.
Thank you. It was well needed. So
tell me, how did you come about founding the soup kitchen?
Well, it was founded back in 1983, and at that time, that's when Claremont really had a lot of industry here. It was booming, but shortly within that time, Joy Manufacturing decided to close and move away, so it put, like over 600 people out of work. So I was working at the time for the Head Start programs for Southwestern Community Services, and we began to see a need for parents to be able to come in and eat along with the children because they were having difficult times. So the idea came to me that we really needed to have some place where people could go and be able to sit down and have a meal. And so I started the soup kitchen. It was very difficult at first, because we didn't know how to do any of this, and I just said, "Oh my God, I need help." But it all worked out, and we, saw so many people that came to us then because they had lost their jobs at Joy, and they had been making good, and everyone thought that Joy would always be there, and the industry would always be here, but slowly everything just left Claremont, and it left people with a lot of difficulty.
Where was your first location?
My first location for our first 2.5 years was at the Methodist Church on Sullivan Street. We rented there, and we stayed there for 2.5 years. And then we moved into St. Mary's Convent, which burnt this past year. Was emptying out. There were no more sisters left. So the pastor at that time said we could use the place. So we went in and did some work that needed to be done, and we moved in there. It was very small. It didn't have a large hall like we did at the Methodist Church, but it served our purposes. We had a waiting room, and people would wait. We'd serve like in shifts, and we stayed there for 20-some odd years. We were there.
Now, where are you located now? We are just down the street. We're still on Central Street,
but we're in what used to be the Knights of Columbus Hall at 5153 Central Street. It's ideal. We had a lot of work to do in that building. It had to be totally renovated, but it was great because we have 2 large floors, so we have room for our kitchen upstairs. We have the downstairs where we store food, plus it's our food pantry also.
Now, where do you get your food?
We get a lot of our food through the New Hampshire Food Bank that delivers to us once a month, but we also belong to Feed America, and Hannaford. We get from Hannaford, they're also Feed America, so we get food from them 6 days a week, and we also get food from Walmart 2 days a week because they're also part of Feed America.
And it's interesting, you say this started in 1983, but the need is still here.
The need is still here. When I started it, I thought, well, you know what? This will only last a little while. It'll go away. People will get jobs, and things will be okay. But here we are, and we're still. I think that the need has become even greater.
Well, thank you very much, Janet, for starting the Claremont Food Pantry.
You're welcome.
So tune in next week to find out the ways we can help serve food to the local members of our community at the Claremont Food Pantry. I would like to thank Sugar River Family Practice for hosting us here in River Valley Chronicle. Hopefully you are learning more about their patient-centered approach, and it's located right here in your backyard. Next time we will wrap up our time here with more to see and hear on your local view. We will go back to the Home Life Expo for another local expert. These people will help us pick everything from landscaping to builders to maybe the perfect set of pots and pans. If we lived every day like it was Christmas, then the Claremont Soup Kitchen would be all set. But unfortunately, once the snow melts, we tend to forget that hunger doesn't take a holiday. Jan Bunnell, the founder of the Soup Kitchen, will sit down with me and explain some of the great need they have right now. When we wrap up our time here at Sugar River Family Practice, we will hear from one of their patients and hear why they chose this practice above all others. That's all next time on River Valley Chronicle. Till then, I'm your host, Elizabeth D'Orazio. Please take time to enjoy your local view.